Welcome, everybody, to episode 46 of the effing title. And this week, we have the NFL Week 15 review and Week 16 preview. And, as per normal, I have the hostesses with the mostesses, FFEJJr and Scratchy's. Fedge, Scratchy, hi.
I'm still trying to figure out why we don't get upset with that intro. I like that we're getting like the talk up, but we gotta figure another way to introduce this.
You like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, you said that that's what you wanted, so that's what I've been giving you. So
it sounded good at first, and now it's a fat joke.
How is the whole? No, it's just that you're thick with 2 C's.
Oh yeah, girl.
My dog's literally running in
this
circles by himself. This is hilarious.
I love it. So let's take a look back at Week 15, shall we? And see what we got on the boards. To start off, where's the matchups? Me and Fedge actually tied. We went 11-5, Jeff. Both of us did. Scratchy,
I'm officially calling it a comeback.
Scratchy went 10-6, and we all got our lock right, so we all get a +1. Let's take a look and see what some of the things that we can talk about for last week were. You gotta love seeing the Steelers get their shit pushed in every week now after,
See, I like what Rob's talking about with that one. I don't even really consider that because the Steelers just aren't that good a team. The Bengals are just a better team. And just imagine what they would have done if Joe Burrow had the ball. Probably not even anything because Ryan Finley looked real great running the rock. Real great.
Well, like you sent, I think you sent the stat like it was like negative, like 5. He was 5 for 13 for negative yards and interception.
It had to have been like a misprint or something on ESPN because I don't know how you have 5 completions and you have negative yardage. Like that's absurd.
You look at the way that their entire offense is now. It's literally just dink and dunks, but like there's times when it's just straight to like the backfield, not even in the flat.
Hey,
it's crazy, dude.
Did you watch the beginning?
For days.
Did you watch the beginning of the game?
What?
That game. Do you know why it was negative yards?
Well, I don't know. Is it because they called the Juju fumble? Is that what it was?
Yes,
okay.
That's 100%
and that's stupid.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's still either way. Before that, he had 4 for like 6 yards, which still isn't good.
The Juju fumble was beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, he got lit up.
That was beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're a scumbag in professional leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, karma comes back to bite you in the ass.
Well, it's like I forgot which one of the ex-pros that is now doing the analysis. But he's like ever since AB left, Juju is just another player. He's not a number 1. He's not a guy you have to worry about. He's just another guy out there. He has yet to prove that he can be that guy. And I think Rob, you were talking about that at the very beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I've been talking about that for years. Dude, it was you and me. You were doing you were doing JT's draft last year, and I got an argument with some guy because he was like, no, Juju's the number 1 receiver. I go, no, he is not.
I remember that. It was in chat, yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no, so I mean...
But sometimes you give up cheap stuff like that, and that's what gets me. That's what gets me, though. But my biggest takeaways this week. Number 1. What is going on with the Buccaneers? Yes, they end up winning it because the Falcons still can't hold on to lead. They just can't figure it out. I just don't know what's going on there. But how about them Jets ruining their chances on life itself?
Yeah, the Jets are the only team that can win and still lose somehow.
Exactly. Overall, there's a lot of good games. I was actually impressed with the way Jalen Hurts came out again. Mm-hmm. You kind of want to see if it's just a matchup thing where they weren't sure what was going on in New Orleans last week, but he looks like he could be real. He looks like he could be for real. I'm not going to put him in the same level, obviously, Herbert or Burrows or anything like that. But he's looking good. The Cowboys might be hitting a stride, dude. It looks like they might have found something. I mean, Zeke wasn't playing, and they still came out against a pretty tough defense in San Fran, and found a way to win that game. And Tony Pollard looked good. I like Tony. I do. I like him. Like him a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean,
is it my turn?
I mean, yeah, if you want, yeah.
If you want.
Oh no, I didn't know if you were done with your takeaways.
Yeah, I'm always done with my takeaways.
All right, so I've got 3.
All right.
3 from last week. One of them's already been touched on, and it's a very simple JETS, Jets. As usual. They like you said, they
tip it home, dude. That's all they had to do.
I
They
hate
said to
seeing
tip it home.
teams go winless. Any professional team should never go winless just because they are professionals. And the players weren't purposely losing.
Yeah.
The coaches, different story. You can argue that all day you want. But
I don't think Adam Gase can even do that because he's screwed if he loses. Like, you know what I mean?
If you went winless, it's very easy to just be like, oh, you're fired.
Yeah, but now he's won a game, so now they can't fire him.
Well, now they can say, well, hey, he won a game with these garbage players. I mean, you know what I mean? So it kind of does. And he almost won a bunch of others, but
I was gonna say he's actually
they've come a little bit. Yeah, fair enough.
I think, Jeff, you'll know this too as a AFC East fan. They came on late last year too. Last year they started playing really
5 in a row
well
at the end of the year. Yeah. There's who was it? It was freaking who was the old team they used to do? Well, the Chargers back when they had what's his name? Used to do it all the time.
Oh,
all the time.
Thomason?
Huh?
Ned LT?
LT?
No, I'm just talking about the coach. Before Anthony Lynn.
Norv Turner?
Norv Turner.
Yep.
Used to do it all the time. For whatever reason, they used to start out in holes and then work their way back, and then they, slowly into playoff. Just stupid stuff like that. I mean, obviously that's not where the Jets are at, but it's just, it's crazy. So, I mean, it happens all the time, I guess. But
then my other takeaway is, this is kind of going to be probably a bold prediction here, but I think so. I said it to you guys earlier. I think the Steelers are last year's New England Patriots, where they beat up on really bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they did so well with their record, and their defense was so good. And say what you want, injuries, all this stuff. It could be for whatever reason, but then all of a sudden, you play a real team, they smack you in the mouth. Oh wait, now
the Bills did that.
You've lost a couple in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You've got all these questions. They're a team that's going to get bounced in the first round of the playoffs hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And along the same lines, I think right now everyone should kind of be a little nervous. The NFC East is catching their stride. And whoever comes out of there, I don't think they'll make any type of run. But this Washington football team reminds me a lot of that 2008 Eli Manning's Giants team.
Oh yeah,
reminds me a lot of that team where they could potentially make a run. They won't win 3 road playoff games, but
yeah, no,
they could.
Well,
they could.
Now that you say that though, that is actually that's a really good comparison because they have
good comparison
when Smith is there. When Smith is
I was going to say when Alex Smith is
there. When Haskins is not the QB. If Haskins is not the QB, I'll say that. If Haskins is the QB, I mean,
Haskins
they lose in the first round.
Yeah,
they lose in the first round. End of story.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I would,
they don't even make the first round if Haskins is the QB. I think the Cowboys beat him out for that spot, or the Eagles beat him out.
Well, I think I like what Rob was saying there though, because they're that whole division, other than other than really the Giants, because they're never getting their shit really together. It seems like the Cowboys, Washington, and the Eagles, all 3 of them are just kind of like they're that like almost like the old fighter that they're not backing down, and they're gonna get one of those teams is going to the playoffs, and I would say one of those teams is going to upset someone.
Yeah,
you really think so though?
Yeah, because I mean, all three of them are good teams when you look at them. It's just that there's things that fuck up every week. It seems like that stop them. They almost beat. I mean, Washington almost beat Seattle. Eagles almost beat the Cardinals.
Do you want to know why I actually agree with that though? Because the team that they're probably going to end up playing?
Yep.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Yep.
and Tampa.
We all don't like Tampa. I mean, that's...
Well, also, what's Tom Brady's kryptonite? Pressure.
Yeah.
The Giants?
Yeah, pressure. Pressure. Defensive line pressure. Teams that can rush the passer by not blitzing. And that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, I mean, Washington.
Both those. I mean, the Giants and the even the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles. I mean, they have a very they have a very underrated. Like their D line was like highly touted. year or two ago.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then it's
we
just
got Fletcher Cox. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
I mean,
It's
and it's one of those things though, where it's like they still have a lot of those guys. It's just that you don't really hear about them because they're just not doing that well this season. But like, yeah, if those guys all turned on, like, yeah, I mean, if they play Tampa, any
turned
one of
down
these
for
teams,
what?
and if any of these teams play Tampa, Tampa should be worried.
Useless stat, but the only team that Tom Brady's ever lost to in the Super Bowl from like, the opposite conference, they all came from the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
Giants twice and the Eagles.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, they had to obviously come from the NFC conference if Tom Brady's losing.
Yeah, I
to
know.
us.
I know. I'm just saying. I think it's. I say useless
All
stat.
right.
I premised it with useless information.
All right. So let's move on now to look at the total picks for the entire year so far. I've now taken the lead, a 1-point lead over Rob. I have 140 to 84. Scratchy is 139 to 85, and Don't Call It a Comeback Fedge is 128 to 96.
So how
I
many
think I'm
picks
gonna
is
call
he
it a
behind?
comeback now.
How many picks is he behind?
He is, if he gets 11 picks right, Rob, and you get 0, he will be tied with you.
So 11. He's 11 picks.
I don't know
You've
why
got
he's always
32,
bashing me.
32 regular season picks remaining. You got to win by 11 over me.
I mean, it could happen.
Oh, this is could
No,
with the way you've been
where it's
picking.
going to happen is the playoffs, because I'll freaking pick all of those wrong. When we get into the playoff picks,
That's because if the Dolphins sneak in, you're gonna keep them winning all the way.
Oh, Dolphins and Browns, baby.
Dude,
Let's go.
Dolphins and Browns.
Guys, we should do this real quick. We should do this setting up, do it like kind of March Madness style, and that's how we pick our teams. And then we unveil them each week and talk about it like that. I like that. Just thought, but
COVID in the NFL. Fedge, what do we got, or is there no news?
we got nothing this
Beautiful.
This time. Unfortunately, everyone, obviously, you should have a good holiday. Obviously, you won't be seeing this video till later, but
Did you say unfortunately everyone should have a good holiday?
no, they should. But unfortunately, we can't. We're not gonna be able to.
Humbug.
We're not gonna be able to have our
Humbug.
normal COVID stuff.
The only thing I will say is Dwayne Haskins was caught in a strip club.
Yeah, with James Harden, right?
Week 16 preview time. Here we go, everybody. Damn, do we have a good lineup this week? Because we have not Friday, not Saturday, not Sunday, not Monday, but all 4 days of football. So we're going to kick this shit off. Christmas Day. Minnesota at New Orleans.
Can we start before we do all this? Do you want to go over who can clinch and how?
Yeah, let Rob go over
Yeah.
that. He's got stuff. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do
Rob,
that.
go right ahead.
So
New
there's a
segment.
lot-
Let's go. New segment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenarios. So in the AFC, here's who's clinched. The Bills have clinched the AFC East.
Okay.
Kansas City's clinched the West.
Mm-hmm.
And the Steelers have clinched some type of playoff berth.
Yes.
So the Cleveland Browns can clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Baltimore loss, or a Miami loss, or an Indianapolis loss, or Cleveland could tie and Baltimore loss and Miami loss. So Cleveland wins and another team loses. They got a good.
So Cleveland's in good shape, is what you're trying to say.
Yes, Cleveland controls their destiny.
Potentially, until we get to who they're playing this week.
Indianapolis plays the Steelers, by the way. They can clinch a playoff berth with an Indy win and a Baltimore loss, or a Miami loss, or they can do the ties and Baltimore and Miami lose.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs clinch a first-round bye with a win or a tie, or Pittsburgh loses or Buffalo loses. Again, I don't understand the Buffalo thing, but they're saying Buffalo. It says KC clinches strength of victory tiebreaker over Pittsburgh or Buffalo and clinches at least a tie in strength of victory tiebreaker over the other club. Whatever the hell that means.
You know
Anyway.
why? Wait, real quick. I know why Buffalo is still technically in it. Because if Buffalo and the Steelers and KC all finish with the same record,
They've all been
you cannot go.
shit.
You
Yeah, you
can't
can't
go
go
to head-to-head
matchup.
because
Oh, shit.
Pittsburgh and KC never played each other.
There it is. Got it. That makes
That's
sense
what it
now.
is. 100%.
So
yes.
we
Okay.
need all 3 teams to tie, so Buff gets the number 1 pick. So Buff gets number one.
Correct.
All right.
It could potentially, but then
Holy
it goes
shit.
off strength of victories and crazy things like that and all that. So it's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's, yeah, I don't know. That could be crazy, but.
So we need the Chiefs to lose out, everybody. Anyway,
Yes.
So Steelers clinch the AFC North with a win or a Cleveland loss. The Titans clinch the South with a win and a Colts loss. They clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Miami loss or a Baltimore loss. NFC, the Packers have clinched the North, and the Saints and Seahawks have both clinched a playoff spot. Arizona can clinch a playoff spot with a win and a Chicago loss, or a tie and a Chicago loss. Green Bay clinches first round bye with a win and a Seattle loss, or they can tie, have New Orleans lose, and Seattle lose. The Rams clinch a playoff berth with a win, or a Chicago loss, or an Arizona win. That's a very confusing one. But I don't know who Arizona plays, so that's probably why. New Orleans can clinch the NFC South with a win or a Tampa Bay loss. Seattle clinches the NFC West with a win. That's it. Tampa Bay clinches a playoff berth with a win or a Chicago loss. The Washington football team clinches the NFC East with a win and a Giants loss, or a tie Giants loss and a Philly Dallas tie. So there could be almost every single playoff spot, 1 through 6, could be decided on both sides this weekend. The 7th seed cannot be decided on both sides this weekend, though.
This is a wild one coming down the stretch. Wild one coming down the stretch.
I love it, though. I mean,
yeah.
I think that adding the 7th playoff spot actually gives a little bit more.
It adds to it. Yeah, it adds to it a lot.
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, again, this is an if. If you have Kansas City losing this week, then Buffalo really needs to look hard at how the hell they're playing Monday night's game. You know, because then there's an interest. They could possibly still have a fight at the 1 seed. Otherwise, Buffalo can sit here this week and go, we'll play our starters for a half and see where we're at.
See, I wouldn't do. I could say you could potentially do that next week with a win, but this week you won't because you want. I mean, you're looking for second round
fighting
playoffs.
for seeding and all that.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, you want those 2 home playoff.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is like adding the second spot and making it so there's only 1 guaranteed bye is now changed it up so teams have to look at the final 2 weeks now is so much. Yeah, it's more strategic and it's more cerebral. There we go. How about that for a fucking word?
Because if there was 2 bye weeks, you'd start seeing the Chiefs resting people.
Oh yeah,
Chiefs would have byes all clinched up.
I mean, shit. With who they're playing this week, Mahomes wouldn't be playing. He would play. If anything, he'd play like a quarter.
Sir, don't you underestimate Matt Ryan?
Oh yeah. Oh. All right. So, looking at this week, we start off Christmas Day, 4:30. We have Minnesota at New Orleans.
Saints.
I'm going. Yeah, Saints. I don't like Kirk Cousins. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. I don't trust that defense either. To be honest with you,
it's tough. It's really tough.
I was like,
don't go off 1 week, dude. Don't go off 1 week with Drew Brees. You know what you're getting.
Minnesota O-line, okay. Minnesota running back, great. Minnesota receivers, dope. Quarterback, sucks. Defense, not that good.
The only thing that makes me pause is strictly, and it's only this. The Vikings need it. They
do. If they lose, they're out.
Eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They are eliminated if they lose this game.
And
where
Michael Thomas is on IR now, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
which probably a big reason why Brees probably a big reason why Brees struggled so much coming off of an injury and not having a security blanket, but it's a different story. I'm gonna go with
Don't do it.
Do it. Because then I only need 10 more. Come on.
It's at New Orleans. I know there's no fans, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Okay.
Saints on a
Really?
short week, yeah.
What about the Saints losing to the Vikings like the last how many times now?
Yeah, right.
Is it 3 in a
4
row?
straight? No.
4 in a row?
I love how Fedge is gonna pick immediately, and then no matter what he picks, he's just gonna be trying to turn Rob to go to the other team.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to do. I mean,
Now we
I
go,
need to. I need these dubs.
and now we go
Honestly,
to.
Jeff picking the Saints turned me to the Saints this one.
Oh.
Jeez. I gotta let Rob pick first.
So now we go to Saturday games. So we're going to the first of the Saturday games, 1 p.m. We have Tampa Bay at Detroit.
The freshly eliminated Detroit Lions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's Tampa. I mean, they're in a dome, so I don't know. I'm trying to think of things to say. This fucking Lions don't look great. Tampa doesn't look great, but Tampa's just a better team.
Tampa's a better team that if they win,
On
they're
paper.
in. So I'm going with Tampa as well. Yes.
I'm going with Tampa as well.
Oh.
That is not because of any of the reasons you said. It's probably because Matt Stafford will not be playing this game.
I was just about to say,
if Matt Stafford's not playing, they don't stand a chance. If Matt Stafford's in, Kenny Galladay's in. I don't think it's that bad of a game. But
it's weird to think about, but think about this. Next year could be a year where Detroit doesn't have Stafford.
No. It will be.
Okay, sorry. My mistake. They won't have Stafford. But like, think about that though. I mean, like, there's been like two things. They have Stafford, and they put up yards. They don't score, but they put up yards. And it's going to look very interesting to see how that team looks moving forward without what they do.
I agree. Yeah, they're not going to have old man Stafford. They're not going to have old man Adrian Peterson. They're not.
San Francisco at Arizona is the 4:30 game. San Fran has to travel a long way to go play Arizona here.
I'm going with the 49ers.
Really?
I'm going Cardinals.
I too am going Cardinals.
I'm going
49ers because they're used to playing in this field.
Okay, fair enough.
Arizona hasn't been there in how many weeks now? 49ers have been playing there. They played Buffalo there. They played the following week there. It's their home field now. They do have a lot of injuries, whatever. If the big thing coming forward is that C.J. Beathard is their starting quarterback. I think it's C.J. But and they end up grabbing Josh Rosen off the practice squad in Tampa because they aren't able to move their other guy up and back from practice squad anymore because he's already made his total up and downs.
Total moves.
I really wish that Kittle would play this game. It would really love my thing, but it's a division game. Anything can happen, and the 49ers, I mean, they're out. I mean, whatever. They're going to want to play spoiler to their counterparts in that division. So it's a game that I'm going against Rob. I think I actually have a chance of winning.
So I've been against the Cardinals for God, I don't know how many fucking weeks now. I think this is going to be one of those ones where the Cardinals are going to want to start making a statement in the last few weeks here, and I think it started against kind of a resurgent Eagles team. I think it's the best way of putting that for the Eagles, but I think that this is, the beginning of this tour where, it's the Cardinals that we talked about where, this team could be fucking scary. And I think, last week was the start of it, and we'll see it more.
I just want to see if Richard Sherman can hold up with Hopkins.
No.
Cardinals need to win, by the way, as well.
Well, that's the other thing, yeah. It's like, Rob, anything other than they need to win?
No. There's nothing else that needs to be said. They
Rob's
need
going
to
off
win.
emotion.
Strictly off of emotion in that game.
Saturday night, Miami at Vegas.
For the 7th seed, everybody. I know the Ravens are still in it, but for the 7th
Yeah, we need a lot to happen for us to fucking get there. Baltimore.
Not really.
You need the Dolphins to lose, and you win.
Yeah, but you know what
If
though?
you win your last two. The Dolphins win one of the last two.
The Dolphins aren't losing this game. The Dolphins win this game. Dolphins.
I agree. I don't know what's going on with the Raiders defense the last month and a half, but
But they're going to figure it out this week when they beat
Oh
the
my
Dolphins.
god!
Marcus Mariota coming back to town,
Oh my
beating
god!
his Hawaiian counterpart in Tua. Battle of Hawaii. Tua versus Mariota. Mariota takes his little expertise in here. He's going to feed Darren Waller the ball. And John Gruden's going to show Brian Flores what up into Vegas life.
What expertise?
Yeah, what expertise is it to throw it to one of the best tight ends in the league?
What expertise are you talking about, dude?
What?
You
His announcing expertise, that's what I'm talking about. And the stripper life. Didn't you just hear the rest of my comments?
No.
Jeez. Raiders by $1 million.
Raiders
I'm trusting Mariota. I like the way he looked. I want to see him get a full week of practice in and see what he can do. He looked good throwing the ball. He looked good running the ball. It just adds a different dimension when you're playing them. I just,
Yeah.
Going with it.
Here's my thing. The Dolphins just played a better version of the Raiders with Mariota. That's called the New England Patriots, and they destroyed them. That game was not as close.
Cam Newton's arm isn't even half of what Mariota's is right now. Not even close. Can't call it a better version.
I mean, I'll give Jeff that.
Mariota has better receivers.
Mariota's a career backup. That's the only reason I'm saying
Mariota has better receivers.
Did you say Mariota's a career backup?
He's a career backup, yeah, dude. He'll never get another starting job for full time.
You can't be a career backup when you've already started.
Yeah, what? You were considered the face of the franchise for fucking 4 years. Can't say he's
a career backup.
All right, I'm sorry.
Joe Flacco, career backup.
Yeah, right.
Do not even compare them. Joe Flacco went to playoff games and Super Bowls. Mariota, what's the most games they won? 7?
Well, when he was
I'm shaking in my boots of that run-first offense that Mariota took control of. Oh my god. Oh, he was so good. He's now the backup for the Raiders.
He's now the
that's what Tua's going to be doing in a couple years.
He's the starter now, Rob. He is the starter for the Raiders though now.
Dude got hurt. By the way, he's the backup to the dude they were trying to replace last year.
New York Giants of Baltimore kicking off Sunday. Go Ravens.
I'm still on the Dolphins game. You seriously are telling me that Mariota is a good quarterback?
Oh my god.
Whoever said he was a good quarterback, I just said he was better than Cam Newton.
That's what I'm saying as well, Rob.
And after this week, Cam Newton's going to be a career backup when Jarrett Stidham starts the final week of the season.
Yeah, I mean that too. So, Giants.
Career backup Cam Newton. Giants and Ravens.
Giants and Ravens. Go on, Rob. Do it.
I don't care if Colt McCoy, Daniel Jones, Eli Manning. I don't care who's starting for him. The Ravens.
Oh, the Giants can't score. The Giants can't score points. It's the Ravens.
The Giants can't score points.
Yeah, no, we just played an offense that can't score points, and we did pretty good against that. So I think we're do pretty good against this one. And I would argue that the Jags line is better than the Giants line. Cincinnati.
What's your point?
Cincinnati at Houston.
Did you just try to compare the Giants to the Jaguars, dude?
I think he did.
No, I just said the Jags.
Jaguars are the worst team in the league.
Yeah, and their offensive line is better than the Giants. That's what I just said, and I'm sticking them in.
The only good thing about the Giants is their defense. No one's arguing their offense is good.
I didn't argue anything. I made a statement, sir. Just because you want to be argumentative because you don't know what career backup means, sir.
Because you don't know what career backup means.
Cincinnati at Houston.
Another career backup in
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, because he was injured that one game last year, a couple days ago.
You guys are hilarious.
All right, who we got? I got Texans.
I don't know. After last night,
Guys, I forgot to tell you, though. I'm locking up the Raiders.
Oh, wow. Oh, I forgot to say as well, I'm locking up the Ravens.
Shocking. You're locking in the Ravens?
He locks them up every week.
Is it 7 weeks in a row?
No, I see. See, maybe if you listen once in a while, you know what career backup means. When the career backup beats the Houston Texans. Go Bengals.
What? Well, you just said the Bengals are going to win this game? Oh, man, this is like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
you can pick the Bengals too, Jeff. It's Houston.
I'm not. I'm
Houston's gonna
taking
win.
Texans all the way, dude. The Bengals are coming off a high. A lot of emotion spent in that division game, and they are going to get steamrolled. Absolutely steamrolled. David Johnson looked good last week. Deshaun Watson doesn't have anyone to throw the ball to, pretty much. So now he just finds David Johnson out of the backfield, gives him a little here or there. David Johnson's going to go for a hundo and a hundo running and receiving this game. Mark it down.
Now, Von Bell's going to come downhill, and he's going to hit David Johnson just like he hit that TikTok guy. And it's
Did
lights
you
out.
say Von Miller?
Von Bell.
Von Miller?
Did I say Von Miller? I meant to say Von
Von
Bell.
Miller?
I meant to say Von Bell.
Yeah.
Well,
So every one of us is fucked up in this
Yeah.
conversation so far.
Rob, who are you picking?
I told you Houston. I'm not
Okay.
picking fucking the Bengals are gonna get steamrolled the rest of the year. Ryan Finley's a joke.
I don't know about a joke.
Chicago.
I ain't talking about my backup.
Chicago at Jacksonville.
Chicago next.
Mitchell Trubisky, go Bears.
The Jaguars.
Jeff, come
are
on.
gonna
Dude,
get
you're
destroyed
high.
in this game.
I was about
Destroyed.
to fucking say Jeff. Don't
Gonna
like.
get destroyed.
I-
I don't care who's starting.
I was about to say.
They've been looking good, but guess what? They have the #1 seed now. They're in the driver's
Yeah.
seat, and they
They
are
finally
not
have
going to
Trevor
let that
Lawrence
slip.
locked up.
They are not going to let that slip.
They can if they
The
wanted to
Bears are
because
going
of
to enjoy their nice
Mitchell
Christmas
Trubisky.
off down in Florida. Mitchell Trubisky gets hurt and gets taken over for, and they still end up winning this game.
You watch your mouth, sir.
Just letting you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky's going to throw for 400.
Oh my goodness, yeah, right. Aaron Rodgers can't even do that against him. You think Mitch Trubisky can do it?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Atlanta at Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
The Falcons.
Fuck off, Jeff. I'm not writing it.
I'm picking them.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go.
Rob, you want
We're
to take
going
this
with
one?
the Falcons. It's going to be a close one. The
What?
Falcons are going to come away, and they're going to help the Bills out. Chiefs are going down. Let's
He's
go,
just picking
Atlanta.
like a fan. It's fine.
No, I'm
We've all
not
been
picking
there.
like a team. No, really though. So Matt Ryan,
Sucks.
without Julio Jones,
Sucks.
is going to be an issue.
Sucks.
I'm hoping and praying and haven't even looked at the weather, but I'm hoping that there's gonna be a lot of snow flying everywhere, and the Chiefs are without their starting running back, and I don't know if Mahomes can handle this pressure. You know, he just hasn't been there. He hasn't showed it to me yet, so I want to see him show it to me before I trust him going forward to win these big games. Falcons by about 30. Yeah, you can't even argue it. Next.
Fuck's sake.
You're
Cleveland.
wasting my time.
Cleveland at the Jets.
The Jets are gonna say, "F it, dude. We've already lost it now. Might as well keep winning, right?" No, they don't.
I don't.
Are we seriously thinking about this?
I seriously am thinking of this.
I'll be the first.
Browns. The
I'm
Browns.
gonna
all
take
the
the
way.
Browns. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going the Browns here too.
It's the same scenario as the Bengals. The Jets are very happy. They finally won a game. They're gonna get blown out.
The Browns. I'm gonna compare it right here. The Browns are last year's Titans. They have a running game. They have a quarterback that can thrive off of their running
Browns.
game. And that's why the Browns are going to make noise in the playoffs strictly because of that running game. That's what it's going to come down to. You run the ball in December, January, you make it to February.
And that's why the Steelers
agree.
will not. Speaking of Steelers, Indianapolis at Pittsburgh. And this is where
I'll take Indy.
well, this is where the fan side of me comes in because I need Pittsburgh to win.
Oh, there's
Wait,
nothing
don't?
fan side
For
about
what?
this.
Oh,
I
is
think,
there no way that we can knock out Indy now? Because that was a
I don't
thing.
think so.
Oh no, because they won last week.
No.
Fuck, that's why. Never mind. Fuck it then, Indy.
Oh, Indy technically can still be out.
Because I was gonna say because
But
we have the tiebreaker over them.
Indy needs to win and have a Baltimore loss, or a Miami loss.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. You don't need me. Anyway.
But seriously, dude, the Steelers are gonna win. The Steelers,
Oh my
they're
god.
gonna have a little sit-down chat with little boy Blue, Juju Smith-Schuster. They're gonna get it right. They're still not gonna be able to run the ball, so it really doesn't matter. But they're gonna be able to move the ball. Indy, like I said, they have a good defense, but I don't know if
Timeout.
if they can.
Timeout.
What?
Weren't you just the team that said that if you were going to run in December, then you make it to February? Meanwhile, the Steelers haven't been able to run for fucking anything yet in December.
That's fine. The Colts aren't gonna be able to run on the Steelers either. So what's your point? This is gonna be a passing game. This is me trusting old man Ben Roethlisberger over old man Phillip Rivers. That's what it comes down to.
Let me know when you're ready for my pick.
You already said Colts.
So now you listen to my pick?
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Why are you picking Indianapolis, Rob?
It has more to do with Pittsburgh than it does with Indy. I think Indy is the same team they've always been, which is if they get the run game going early, they can run it down your throat. But if they struggle early, Jeff's right. Now you're trusting Phillip Rivers. Indy, in all seriousness, Indy is those old school Chargers teams without having LaDainian Tomlinson or the greatest tight end in the game at that time. Like that's what these teams are, and hasn't really worked out for San Diego. Oh wait. But yes, I am taking the Colts.
So since December, 129 yards rushing, 45 yards rushing. So they held the Redskins to not rushing the ball. 104 yards to the Bills, 152 yards. 45 yards.
They didn't let him rush the ball.
Oh my God, Jeff.
That's why they won the game. That's illegal.
I'm gonna fight
sick
you,
bird,
sir.
Rob, sick bird.
Hate you. Starting off the 4 o'clock games, we got Denver at the Chargers.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with the Chargers.
The Broncos are going to win this game, and it's strictly because Melvin Gordon's going to say, you guys didn't want to pay me, and I'm going to show you why you should have. Austin Eckler is not a good running back, and I think we've all said that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. And I think Melvin Gordon, like I said, he's going to show him why you guys should have picked me.
I'll agree with you on the running back thing. I just think that Herbert's going to win this game.
Make him clap, Melvin Gordon.
No.
No, I like the Chargers. The Broncos defense is rough, as you saw by Josh Allen destroying them last week. And I think Justin Herbert's gonna have a good day. I really do. But I like revenge games, and that's what my storyline is here.
Fair enough.
All revenge, and it's honestly it's a freaking division game. You gotta love it.
I just wrote down that Rob was picking the Broncos.
Yep. No, I gotta have different ones than him. Rob, please don't.
Please don't. Well, Rob, then you want to back it up then?
With the Chargers? Yeah. I liked what the Broncos did in the first quarter last week. That's all I got. The rest of the game was terrible, so.
Okay, fair enough. The LA Rams at Seattle.
See, this one's a tough one with how bad the Rams looked last week.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
it goes back to my division, dude.
On paper, you look at this and you go, Rams Seahawks, good game. Then you think about it like right now, and it's like both teams kind of suck right now.
That's facts.
You know what? I'm going Seattle simply because Seattle didn't lose to an undefeated loss team.
An undefeated loss team. Is that what we're calling that?
Putting a positive spin on it. They were undefeated at losing. I'm going Seattle.
I mean, that makes sense. I'm taking the Rams actually. So
ooh.
I just think that
you think it was a bad game.
Yeah, they came off of two really good games in a row. They finally got back into the conversation, and they're just like, hey, you know what? It's the Jets, whatever. We got bigger games. And yeah, that's my thought. So I'm gonna go with the Rams. I think they're a matchup nightmare for teams like Seattle, who like to play cover four and just do their thing. And usually teams that can run zone and play action the shit out of you, it's a nightmare.
See, I thought Rob was gonna pull his whole
Play down to your opponent.
No, they've had 2 weeks to prepare
Oh,
because they were overlooking the Jets and all this. I think Seattle's looking good as of late. Their defense is coming around. Yeah, I mean, they do drop some. Like I said, they do play down to their opponents. But I like this. If they can run the ball, I mean, that's where Russell gets his plays, as most quarterbacks do. But I think that with what they found in Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde, while Chris Carson was out, I think it's just a nice 1-2 punch. The Rams could be without Cam Akers too, who's been starting to take their lead in the backfield there. So I think this is one of those games where Tyler Lockett helps people win their fantasy championships and goes off for like 3 touchdowns because Jalen Ramsey's going to be all over DK and Tyler Lockett's got to show up. That's what's going to happen.
that's the thing, right? I mean, you got to cover. I mean, you got DK, you got Lockett, and then who's the other one there? I can't
if you
think
didn't just say that, I would have remembered. Oh my goodness.
DK. I think it's DK.
DK. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. He's 83. I don't know. Who
Yeah.
is, but
You got 3 guys there, and it's like, okay, so you put Jalen on DK, you got Lockett, but then also you got the third guy as well. You know, it's a matchup nightmare, and like, yeah, no.
No, I think you meant DK.
I said that was the first name I said.
that's the one. That was who. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, DK.
Carolina at Washington. Very interesting game here. I'm going Washington. I'm high on the Washington team, man.
Why is this an interesting game?
Because Washington.
Because Washington?
Because Washington, Rob.
See, to me, this isn't an interesting game at all. I think Washington should blow them out.
Oh, they should, yes. But that's the thing.
No matter who the QB is.
No.
They should win big because they have the defense and they have the running game.
But who's the quarterback, though?
I'm not asking them to beat the Rams. I'm asking them to beat the Panthers.
Yeah, nobody's asking anyone to beat the Rams that just lost to the Jets.
Anyway, I'm going with the football team.
Well, I got to go with Matt Rule because I got to keep things different from Rob. So we're going to go Matt Rule. He's going to get another win. Team's looking good, you know.
Real quick, why is it always different from me? Why aren't we going different from Colin? You're down by 12 picks to him.
It's easier to catch you than it is me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. He has to worry about you first before he can get to me.
Yeah, you got to worry about number 1 first. No, I like the Panthers. I wish I'm just gonna keep saying this. If they had Christian McCaffrey, we'd be talking about a different game right here. But I do like Mike Davis coming out of the backfield, and that's what it comes down to. I think that they can get these little swing passes and make them work, hopefully, and we can go from there. And Teddy Bridgewater needs to be benched for PJ. Put PJ in. We're all gonna win, and we're all gonna have a Merry Christmas.
Put PJ in, and we're all gonna win.
Well, technically,
you're welcome, PJ, for that.
I said we're all gonna have a Merry Christmas afterwards. Exactly. That's exactly what I said, Rob. You don't listen to me, huh?
Yeah, but the game's after Christmas.
This is turning into a fucking shit show. Washington front 4 is just going to dominate this game.
What's a shit show? What's a shit show?
Philadelphia at Dallas.
Philadelphia at Dallas. This is the toughest one of the week.
Jeff's already just full in. Interesting though that he's going against his boy Hurts.
I'm going against my boy Hurts, but going with my boy Tony Pollard.
All right, fair enough.
Pollard, I'm hoping gets a start here. If he doesn't, Ezekiel Elliott's going to ruin this for me. Because he sucks. He's just gonna try to feed himself, and that's what he did all summer, and that's why he's out of shape, fat.
I'm going Eagles because I think this is the resurgence now, and they're making a push.
They could. I don't care. None of these guys are catching them. This is an irrelevant game, and they should really just knock it off the schedule and give it a time.
Jeff, after last week, every game matters.
No, they don't.
Every game matters, Jeff.
I agree. I'm with Colin on this one. I think this is the Eagles' time to make a push here. I think they're going to come out and win.
This is the best not positive motivator, but what's the momentum swing that they needed with bringing in Hurts, and he's doing shit that Wentz hasn't done in his entire career as an Eagle. So
some of the passes that he's throwing in there, dude, it's insane.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
He really is. I'll give it to him.
And the fact that
like him.
The fact that Wentz gets benched and then immediately is like, I want to go play for a different team. It's like, yeah, okay, fuck off.
He did not say that. Don't let our viewers think that that's what he said, because he didn't.
Okay, what did he say?
He
then?
said, if I'm going to be a backup, then I want to go somewhere else. How can you blame the guy? He's a competitor. If you said you were a starter, and then you're gonna go move forward with Jalen Hurts, wouldn't you want out of that situation too?
No.
Think you're still.
I'm gonna bust my ass to take back my fucking spot.
But if they just decided that they want, it's not gonna happen. They already made the switch.
That's fine. They did that with Nick Foles too, and look who came back. The man Mitchell Trubisky busted his ass and came back to become the starter.
He did not. He got injured.
He busted his ass. He learned new shit, and he's now the starter.
Foles got injured.
Because Nick Foles sucks, and Trubisky is now leading that team. Same thing. I think it's a bitch move to be like, oh, I'm not gonna be the starter. Cool, I don't want to be here. I honestly think that's a bitch move.
Career backup. It's right in his name. No, I understand what you're saying. It's just.
I think it's a bitch move to be like, it's like, oh, they're starting the guy over me that, because I haven't been playing well. I've sucked this season. You're gonna bring in the kid. You're gonna play him. He plays well. He does better than me. He's done shit I have never done before. And now I'm gonna bitch and complain and say I don't want to be here.
The weird thing in this whole thing is the people that Carson Wentz had around him beginning of the year is different from what Jalen Hurts has around him now.
Fair enough.
You finally have an Alshon Jeffrey healthy. You finally have a Miles Sanders healthy. You have Zach Ertz coming back with Dallas Goedert. You have what's his name, Rager there, finally doing so. It's different. It is. I'm not trying to defend Carson.
Oh, no.
What he was doing and how many interceptions. Some of the throws he was making, you just can't hold on the ball. Just rookie mistakes he was making that now Jalen Hurts is coming in and isn't making. Whether that's play calling, whether that's just strict talent around him, Carson Wentz just has not looked good. And I completely agree with you.
He's a franchise quarterback who has a Super Bowl ring but didn't win a Super Bowl.
That's funny. Accurate.
Or did he?
No, he didn't. Technically he did win the Super Bowl because he got hurt, which let Nick Foles do his thing. Yeah. Moving on, Sunday Night Football. We actually got a good one here. We got Tennessee at Green Bay.
Green Bay's gonna falter.
Well, that's the thing, right? You're going to the Great North, and you have the king of running in Henry.
I don't know. I like the Packers. Last week, I just hated their game plan in the second half. They looked really good in the first half, and then they decided that we're going to stop doing what got us here, and their offensive line was breaking down big time, which could be a huge deal. But no, I like the Packers. I still think they're the best team in the NFC.
Okay.
I'm going Pack.
I'm going Titans. Until someone can slow down Derrick Henry,
I just think here, I mean, this is your what you want if you want a revenge game. I mean, Vrabel used to have Matt LaFleur on his roster. This is where Matt LaFleur got his gig, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's,
All right.
I think it's nice. I think it'd be cool.
I think I'm going with the Titans for pretty much every reason that Jeff said. This is the time where it's time to see less QB play, and in the freezing cold up in Green Bay, you're going to see less QB play, and you're going to see more run the damn football.
Mm-hmm.
And although I love what Green Bay has done with their run game since LaFleur took over, I just know the Titans are better at it. And it's going to come down to which team can stop the run and which team can be consistent to their game plan, and I completely agree with Jeff. I think the one thing I don't like about Matt LaFleur is that I think he does abandon his game plan way too early in a lot of close games that they lose. Now, there are also games where I'm sure that they've won that I haven't noticed that he's done that, but
it's more obvious when you notice it and they lose.
Like,
yeah.
The one I can think of off the top of my head is the Colts game.
Is a big one. I was going to say.
The Colts game.
Yep.
And these are similar teams, the Colts and the Titans. So we'll see. It's going to be a very good game. I think Derrick Henry's going to wear them down.
I love how you're saying I'm going to go with what Jeff said, and I mean I picked the Packers, but
yeah, but you said all this stuff. You said all that stuff about Derrick Henry and everything.
I know it's going to be a good game no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they don't give up cheap stuff, I mean that's what it's going to come down to. And then we got the big one, guys. The big one on Monday night.
And that's it. That's all the games we got, guys. Hope you enjoyed the.
No, we got the big one on Monday night.
Buffalo at
the
New
Monday
England.
Night one is the big one because it is my lock of the week.
Oh,
he's gonna go Patriots, huh?
Is he? That's what I'm wondering now.
No, my lock of the week is the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So he's picking Bills. So Jeff, you got to pick Patriots. I'm going Bills.
See, there's a part of me that wants to, and strictly because Fox News just posted their winning team here for their fan poll of the year. 4 minutes from Gillette Stadium, there's a big bulletin board that says the Bills are the fans of the year. And do you want motivation in this type of game? It just scares me, honestly. It really does. The Bills coming off some big, big stuff, but I don't know. They looked really good against Denver, but I'm worried about it, and I am going to pick the Bills because obviously, yes, but I hope John Brown plays because he just, I've said it multiple times, adds a different element to our offense. I really hope he plays.
All right, so here, I'll give you some stuff that will ease your mind a little bit. So Stephon Gilmore's not going to play. He's probably done for the season.
No, he's going to play in the Pro Bowl, Rob.
Yeah, but he's probably done for the year. The Patriots center, David Andrews, also probably not playing in the game. He tweaked his body. Who else was there? Damian Harris, who played in the last Bills game as the starting running back. He is out. So, yeah, the Patriots already had a B team. Now they're at their D team. So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes.
Is it a big D, though?
No, it's a little D.
Oh,
it's a very little D.
Interesting.
A Donald Hannah D.
Donald Hannah. Oh, my goodness. How are you going to pull out a Garen Thornton? Yeah.
The only Patriots could play spoiler here, but I think that they've just kind of packed up shop now. They haven't they're out of the playoffs for the first time in, right? They're out of the playoffs, right? They can't.
Oh yeah, they're eliminated.
Yeah, they're eliminated. So it's like I think that a lot of the players on that team who have never really had that happen before.
No, the Bills maybe they don't finish,
If it comes down to the end of the game and they don't finish at the end, I'm going to probably be livid.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely livid.
Those final seconds.
Damn it. But, yeah, that's all we got, guys. I hope everyone, this is what I'm going to say, just hope everyone has happy holidays. And to everyone out there celebrating, have a Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
And good Yule. So, depending on where you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good
Oh,
night.
I thought we were actually going to let Jeff end it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
What am I saying? Depending on
Depending
where
on
you
where
are.
you are, Jeff. Depending on where
Good
you are.
morning. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Good evening.
I feel like every
And
one of
good
us should
night,
get our own.
everyone.
Every one of us should get our own part right there. Like I should be like good afternoon. Someone else should say good evening, and you should finish it, Colin, with good night. You know, something like that.
Bye.
Sorry,
I did it for him.
Bye.